How's it going, guys and girls? Hope you guys are having a great week. So I'm back today with another video, and this one I just want to continue on another series, which is basically where I just play some gameplay, random gameplay, and just talk about things in the gaming industry at the moment, share my opinions on things. So the gameplay in the background, which I'm sure you already know, is gameplay from Horizon Zero Dawn, which I have completed. It's a fantastic game. If you haven't seen it, haven't checked it out, please go and play this game. It is a must buy on PS4, and I will be doing a review of it later. Absolutely, it is in the works at the moment as we speak. But let's get to the purpose of this video game, guys. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about collector's editions, special editions, legendary editions, deluxe editions, and so on. And I just want to talk about this in the gaming industry and how I think collector's editions are getting to the point now where it is absolutely getting a bit ridiculous. And the reason that this has come up is I was researching some collector's editions today, just having a look around, because I do like to buy the occasional collector's edition, maybe once a year, because that's all I can afford, because I really like to collect statues in those collector's editions. I have a thing about video game statues. I've already seen it in my office. I've already started a small collection, and I got a statue this year which was Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a beautiful statue. And you know, I do check them out every so often, and I came across the Assassin's Creed Origins collector's editions, and I had to talk about it. I just had to talk about it because when you look at what Ubisoft are doing, it is really ridiculous, and it does open a can of worms. And I wanted to sort of give my opinion on it, talk about it, let you guys know about it if you're not aware of it, and then generally just get your opinion on this and what you generally think of it. So with Assassin's Creed Origins, of course, you can just choose to buy the basic standard edition of the game, which is the full game at full release, and on Ubisoft's website that is priced at $45.99 in the UK, and perhaps in America it's probably something like $60. Well, apart from that, there are 5 different editions that you can buy. They range from the deluxe edition, which comes with a special deluxe downloadable deluxe pack, and right up to something called the Dawn of Creed edition, legendary edition, which in itself is absolutely ridiculous. So let me go through each of these and just sort of break them down to you on what's included in each, how much it is, and then we'll talk about it. So with the deluxe edition, you get the digital deluxe pack. Now that includes the Desert Cobra pack, which comes with a special outfit and mount and gear set, and you also get 3 ability points right off the bat, and you get an exclusive mission called Ambush at the Sea. And that's the deluxe edition. Now you can get the deluxe edition for $54.99, so it's an extra £10 in the UK. Okay, now that is the deluxe edition. If we then move on to look at the next one, the next edition is the gold edition. Now this includes the deluxe pack, like I've mentioned, but on top of this as well, you also gain access to the season pass, which will give you access to all major expansions and equipment sets in the game when they've become released. Now, not too much I don't think has been announced about the season pass, but you're pretty much signing up for that right from the beginning, and that will cost you $69.99 in the UK. Then you have the option to get what's called the Gods edition. Now this edition includes the season pass, the deluxe pack, and it also comes with a few extra things as well. You get a special original art book, you get the game soundtrack, a physical copy of the world map, and you also get a special statue which is called Bayek on the on Sekhmet goddess statue. It's 26 centimeters in height, and you know, it looks like a pretty good statue, and if you want to get that will cost you $84.99. Okay, now as collector's editions go, that's reasonable at the moment for what you would expect from a collector's edition. We then go to the Dawn of Creed collector's edition. Now that's a slightly upscaled for you. Now it includes everything else that we've mentioned, but the difference with that is you also get Bayek's amulet, a special necklace. You get some art cards, a steel book, and you actually get a different kind of statue, which is a Bayek and Senu figurine, and that's 39 centimeters in height. It's much bigger. Obviously it's a better quality as well, and you get that for £119.99. So $120, £120, probably something like $150. Okay, that's fine, that's reasonable at the moment for collector's editions. But then we get to something which, in my opinion, is absolutely fucking ridiculous, excuse my French, but it's called the Dawn of the Creed Legendary Edition, right? Now let me lay out exactly what is in this. So in this you get a copy of the full game, you get the deluxe pack, the season pass, a physical copy of the world map, the official soundtrack, an art book, Bayek's Eagle Skull amulet in resin, 2 art cards, steelbook, 4 large lithographs, and a 73 centimeter figurine of Bayek and Senu in resin. Okay, so this is like a very high level, huge statue, and you're not going to believe this, but if you want all that, if you really want all that, then you have to be willing to put down, wait for it guys, $699.99. That is £700. You have to be willing to put down that £700 to get that, okay? Now, if you're willing to spend that kind of money, then good on you. If you have a job that pays that kind of money, amazing, okay? All power to you. But for the majority of gamers, asking gamers to pay $699.99 simply for a better quality statue is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I'm losing my voice. I'm in that much shock about this. It's unbelievable to ask gamers to pay this kind of price. Now, what can I get for $700? Well, let's see. I can probably buy a new Xbox One X, no problem, as well as a PS4 or a PS4 Pro, right? Like, I can probably buy all 3 consoles. I can probably afford to buy a PS4, an Xbox One, and a Nintendo Switch for that price. Maybe slightly less, but that is what, like, that is more than the cost of a single console. That is more than the cost of a really high-end PC. And you expect gamers to pay that kind of money? Like, that is unbelievable for me. So, I mean, the first, up until that one, the collector's editions, in my opinion, they're okay. I think there are too many of them, and I think there isn't a necessity to have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options when buying this game. Are Ubisoft that desperate for people to buy this game that they're like, oh my god, we have all these options, guys, like these are 6 different options that you can go down, please buy our game, and all these added benefits and all access to all of this content, and you know, from the get-go and everything else. So like, it's crazy, like that kind of money. And if we look at the trend, I mean, when we had a look at like the Mass Effect Andromeda collector's editions when they came out, they range from like $60 up to $200 depending on which edition you bought. And if you paid the $200 one, I think that included a copy of the game, and also it included a remote control Nomad that you could drive around. I think you could even buy the Nomad separately without even having the game in there, which is not a collector's edition. If you're not buying the game, it's not a collector's edition at all. But you know, I was just looking at this and I'm like, this is frigging insane. This is so crazy, asking gamers to pay this money. So what's my opinion on it? Well, personally, I think for some people, they do really like buying collector's editions, just because, well, there's the appeal of them. They're limited, right? So there's an unlimited number of them. They're really hard to get once they've come out. Like, for example, for me, I wished when The Witcher 3 collector's edition came out, I wished I'd bought that. I didn't. I chose to buy the Batman Arkham Knight collector's edition because I wanted the statue. And then when that came, I was so disappointed with the quality of that statue. And I really kicked myself and wished I bought the Witcher 3 collector's edition. And You can't get it now. It's really hard to get. I think they're selling it in one of our local gaming stores, and they're asking like £189 for the collector's edition, which is crazy money. My main reason for buying collector's editions generally is because I really like some of the added features. So I love things like collecting the soundtrack. I love the art book, and I love to flick through and see all the different art styles and the progression of the game. I love collecting figures. You know, that really is something that I really enjoy doing. But for me, I mean, my limit in sort of spending on a collector's edition is about £100, £120. And I can't afford to buy a collector's edition every time a game comes out that I really want to play, you know. So I bought Horizon Zero Dawn's collector's edition this year, and I was not disappointed with that. I was really happy with it. And, you know, I probably would like the Bayek figure because it is really cool, but I cannot financially justify spending this kind of money. I mean, I think up to about £120, if it's got a really good quality figure with it, then maybe it's reasonable to ask for that kind of money. But to ask gamers to spend £700 on a collector's edition, in my opinion, is completely unacceptable. It shows Ubisoft just to be greedy, money grabbing. It shows a lack of faith in the game, the fact that they're trying to get people to buy all these extra incentives for buying the game. And, you know, EA probably going to follow point with this. You know, I can imagine about, you know, Star Wars Battlefront 2 having a massive collector's edition as well. Destiny 2 is probably also going to have a huge collector's edition as well, most likely. So, you know, I think collector's editions need to be careful. I think they need to get to the point. I don't like having 5 or 6 or 7 different versions of digital deluxe editions and collector's editions and legendary editions, because it just becomes confusing. It becomes confusing for gamers in terms of what they're getting for their money, which edition to go for. And then sometimes you'll get collector's editions which will get bought out by you know, scalpers. So like, for example, look at Nintendo. Look at all the amiibos. Look at the new Samus Returns collector's edition with the squishy Metroid amiibo. That's sold out within an hour of going on sale. And you can't find pre-orders for it anywhere. It's really difficult to find it, and that's because of scalpers going in and buying, you know, multiple copies of the collector's edition and then selling it for a you know, an increased price on sites like eBay. And, you know, so it just encourages greed. I don't like it. It's not a part of the gaming industry that I'm a particularly big fan of. I don't really like season passes as well. I've said that before. I don't like it. I don't like paying for content before that content's even been like sort of sold or made. I don't like, I like spending money on what I know when I know what I'm getting for my money. So even with the collector's editions, you don't really know what the quality of the statue is going to be until it physically arrives. And then I get situations like with Batman Arkham Knight where I've spent £100 on this collector's edition, the statue arrives and it's cheap and it's shoddy workmanship and it's really disappointing and a waste of my money, and I could have spent half of that money to buy another game. So, you know, that's my opinion on the Assassin's Creed collector's editions. I think there's too many of them, you know, and I think the legendary edition is absolutely ridiculous. It's just hilarious. It's so laughable that Ubisoft think this is okay. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on collector's editions? Do you like them? Do you tend to buy collector's editions if you can? What do you look for in a good collector's edition when you're deciding what to buy? Have you bought any collector's editions this year or last year and really liked them? Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of what Ubisoft have done here with their collector's edition. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you found this an interesting topic. If you did, of course, please hit the like button as always to show your support. Take care, guys and girls, and as always, happy gaming. How's it going, guys and girls? Hope you guys are having a great week. So I'm back today with another video, and this one I just want to continue on another series, which is basically where I just play some gameplay, random gameplay, and just talk about things in the gaming industry at the moment, share my opinions on things. So the gameplay in the background, which I'm sure you already know, the statues, I've already seen it in my office. I've already started a small collection, and I got a statue this year, which was Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a beautiful statue. And you know, I do check them out every so often, and I came across the Assassin's Creed Origins Collectors is gameplay from Horizon Zero Dawn, which I have completed. It's a fantastic game. If you haven't seen it, haven't checked it out, please go and play this game. It is a must buy on PS4, and I will be doing a review of it later. Absolutely, it is in the works at the moment as we speak. But let's get to the purpose of this video game. And the reason that this has come up is I was researching some collector's editions today, just having a look around, because I do like to buy the occasional collector's edition, maybe once a year, because that's all I can afford, because I really like to collect statues in those collector's editions. I have a thing about video game guys. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about collector's editions, special editions, legendary editions, deluxe editions, and so on. And I just want to talk about this in the gaming industry and how I think collector's editions are getting to the point now where it is absolutely getting a bit ridiculous.